Back in 1970, American muscle cars weren't just made to look tough. They were built to burn rubber and set records on the drag strip. Today, we're counting down the top 5 fastest quarter-mile muscle cars of that golden year. These are fire-breathing beasts that ruled street races and the rare powerhouses built to crush the quarter mile in seconds flat. In this lineup, we've got cars so powerful, they practically shook the ground. And our number 1 pick, it's the rocket that left nearly every other car at the line eating dust. These aren't just cars, they're legends that defined what it meant to be fast in 1970. Stick around to see which one takes the crown. The GSX Stage 1. Now, Buick might not be the first brand you think of when it comes to muscle cars, but in 1970, they decided to throw down the gauntlet with a car that was all about torque and attitude. Under the hood, this beast packed a massive 455 cubic inch V8, officially rated at 360 horsepower, but the real jaw-dropper was its insane 510 pound-feet of torque. This was the highest torque rating of any American muscle car at the time, making it an absolute monster off the line. The GSX could handle the quarter mile in around 13.4 seconds, and that's fast for a car that weighed close to 4,000 pounds. It was all about raw, brute force. Buick loaded the Stage 1 package with upgrades like high flow heads, a hot camshaft, and forged internals, giving it an edge over other muscle cars in its class. And you couldn't miss it on the street either. This car came only in Saturn Yellow or Apollo White, with black racing stripes and hood-mounted tachometers, a look that demanded attention. But the GSX didn't just look good, it performed like a beast, quickly becoming one of the most respected Buicks ever built. Fast, bold, and surprisingly nimble, the GSX Stage 1 earned its place in drag racing history. The Chevelle SS 454 LS6. This car defined American muscle in 1970, and for good reason. Under the hood, the LS6 package packed a 454 cubic inch V8, officially rated at 450 horsepower, one of the highest factory ratings ever for a production car at the time. And let's be honest, most agree it was actually pushing closer to 500 horsepower. On the quarter-mile strip, the LS6 could tear through it in just 13.1 seconds, putting it among the fastest of its era. Chevy didn't hold back on performance details either. High compression pistons, large port cylinder heads, and a beefy camshaft gave it the power and aggression needed to dominate. To handle all that torque, Chevy reinforced the suspension and added heavy-duty components, making sure this monster could handle anything thrown in its way. And then there was the look. With its aggressive stance, broad grille, and the iconic cowl induction hood scoop, the LS6 Chevelle looked ready to devour the road, and it did. This was the car that made people stop and stare, or pull over and let it pass. The LS6 Chevelle SS wasn't just fast. It was a car you'd remember seeing, the kind that made you check your rear view to catch one last look. The 1970 Plymouth Hemi Cuda. For muscle car fans, this car needs no introduction. By 1970, the Hemi Cuda had already secured its place in the drag racing world and on the street, with its bold design and fearsome reputation. Under the hood, it packed the legendary 426 Hemi V8, officially rated at 425 horsepower, but most people knew it packed even more than that. The Hemi Cuda could rip through the quarter mile in an impressive 13.1 seconds thanks to its dual 4-barrel carburetors, high-flow cylinder heads, and a forged crankshaft built for serious punishment. Plymouth designed this car to do one thing: go fast in a straight line. And it did that spectacularly well. Visually, the Hemi Cuda was unforgettable. With an aggressive front grille, a signature shaker hood, and bold side graphics, it looked every bit the quarter-mile king. But the Cuda's legacy isn't just about power, it's about presence. This car turned heads, made people stare, and always backed up the hype with raw performance. Today, the 1970 Hemi Cuda is the most expensive muscle car of its era, often fetching up to $3.5 million at auction. It's one of the most sought-after muscle cars of all time, a true icon of America performance and style. Plymouth Roadrunner Superbird. This car wasn't just built for the strip. It was born out of NASCAR dreams. With its towering rear wing and aerodynamic nose cone, the Superbird looked like something out of a comic book, but on the road, it was all business. Under that long, sleek hood sat the powerful 426 Hemi V8, cranking out 425 horsepower and enough torque to rocket this aerodynamic beast down the quarter mile in 13 15.1 seconds. But what set the Superbird apart wasn't just the power, it was the design. Built with a lightweight body and engineered to cut through the air, it was one of the fastest cars of its time on both the drag strip and the NASCAR circuit. The Superbird wasn't just fast, it was revolutionary. Its radical design and performance turned heads, won races, and forced NASCAR to rewrite their rulebook, changing the rules about car designs just so the other cars could keep up. Although this effectively ended Plymouth's Aero car era, the Superbird remained an icon for its speed and its lasting impact on racing history. And here it is, our number one pick, the 1970 Dodge Challenger RT 426 Hemi. If you're looking for the ultimate muscle car of 1970, this was it. The Challenger RT represented everything Dodge knew about building powerful, high-performance machines and took it to the next level. Under the hood was the same 426 Hemi V8 found in the Cuda and Superbird, but the Challenger's lightweight design and aggressive gearing gave it an edge. With 425 horsepower and a 4-speed manual transmission, this car was optimized for raw power and speed, allowing it to hit the quarter mile in as fast as 13 seconds. The Challenger was made for drag racers, with options like a super track pack that included a heavy-duty Dana 60 rear axle, 4.10 gearing, and better cooling for high-speed runs. The Challenger was built to squeeze every ounce of power from that Hemi V8, making it a top choice for anyone serious about taking on the competition. The Challenger RT's sleek, aggressive design, combined with its brutal performance, made it an instant hit. This car didn't just live up to the muscle car legacy, it set a new standard. To this day, collectors and racers alike consider the 1970 Challenger RT one of the greatest muscle cars ever made. Fast, stylish, and nearly unbeatable. It's the car that rightfully claims the top spot on our list. And there you have it, the top 5 fastest quarter-mile muscle cars from 1970. Each of these legends left their mark on drag racing history and turned heads on the streets. But now it's your turn. Which one of these cars would you choose for a spin down the strip? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe for more stories about the cars that define speed and power.